What's up, guys? We got another limited edition from GoatGuns. Surprise, surprise, another limited edition. I keep harping on it. Seems like this is all they come out with now is limited editions, and I hope that gets to changing soon because honestly, they're getting a little pricey, and it's kind of hard to keep up with them, and then they're gone forever. So you don't get to get them later if you couldn't get them now without paying extra money, and that kind of sucks. So hopefully that changes. But anyways, we have the Battleworn M16. This one, there's nothing really fancy about this one. This one is just an M16 that is battle worn. So they've taken some paint, made it look like that it's been through battle, kind of scraped it up a little bit. From my understanding, a person paints, like an actual person paints on there, so they're all different. So that, I kind of thought that was neat. It's not just like a standard paint job, they're different, which I like. I like that a lot. Mine, you can see here, is 27 out of 600, so pretty low number. That's like my first time getting under 100, I believe. But anyway, I also got the Grenadier handguard, and we got the grenade launcher. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna not use the foregrips on this and put these on here, and just kind of make a battle-worn M16 grenade launcher model. So that's really the only difference that I'm gonna do to mine. But yeah, let's just get into it. There's some scratches here, but it is a limited edition, so we'll try to make the cut as clean as possible, like always. I was actually in a car crash the other day. I don't know, it's been about a week now. So if you see my burn here, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I got a pretty nice burn from the airbag. So that was fun. Totaled the cruiser, and yeah, so now I am without a vehicle. So that is great. We don't need the instructions. Those are pretty simple. We have our GoatGuns sticker, like always. And then we have, this one is titled Grunt, is the Battleworn special limited edition sticker here. Let's go ahead and tear on into this. I've said it in my last couple videos, but maybe you might have missed it. They are no longer doing the scratch offs. Let's do the stand, get that out of the way, and we'll get back to the model. All right, there's the stand for this model. This one has the special GoatGuns on it, which I believe they're doing for now on. I love that. I wish they did that from the very beginning. Happy to know that the screw was a Phillips head, so that is always a plus. That always gets points. If it is a flathead, then you automatically lose points. Let's go ahead and get these bullets out of here and get them into our 20 round magazine. All right, we got the bullets in, and here you can see the scratch paint on the mags. Very nice touch. You can kind of see where it cuts off. That's because this part is actually in the rifle, so that's kind of like a nice little touch, kind of more realistic that way, because this is the part that's going to be exposed to the elements, so that's going to be the part that gets destroyed. So that's kind of cool. I like that. We have the fixed butt stock that you have on the M16. So let's go ahead and put this on the back. All you got to do is slide it on there. So here is a closer look at some of the markings that they have. Got some paint scuff on the upper and lower receivers there, as well as the carrying handle. You can see it's kind of marked up. Looks very good. And then on the barrel, they have some up there on each side of the barrel, and on the flash hider as well. You can kind of see it there. What you would use is these triangle foregrips that go on the M16 originally, but I am not going to use these. Okay, there's no scuff marks on these. There's nothing really special about them, so I'm just going to put these back in here and set these aside. Let's go ahead and get the mag in, that way we don't lose it. At least we can see what it looks like with the mag in there. That's kind of nice. So we're gonna take our Grenadier handguard out here. I love the way this looks. I've always been a fan of how this handguard looks here. So we're gonna slide this on I would imagine it's going to go forward first. Maybe. Pull back the ring here. You might actually have to go backwards first. Yeah. So actually, what was easier for me was I went backwards and then forwards. So, but there is our handguards. So then let's get the grenade launcher. And if you guys have not seen the grenade launcher, it comes with its own M203 dummy round. You just slide it in there and it locks into place. And the way you open it up is that button there on the side to eject the shell, just like an actual M203. You have the two triggers down here. Okay. And then what you do is actually, I think we have to take off the handguard first. All right. And you can see there on the barrel, there is a notch cut out already. And that is where the M203 goes around the barrel, and that's what holds it up. So it's going to be this piece here that holds up the M203 on the front. The master key has something similar. I made a video on the master key when it came out, but there's two screws, one on each side. All right, and then what you do is you take this notch here and you put that into the ring, and there's actually, I want to show this. There's a cutout right there in the triangle, and that's where this is going to go into. It's kind of a little piece that goes into that cutout there. So this goes into the ring, that fits up there snug, and then you take U-shaped piece, put that over the barrel, and then screw in the screws. And that's what holds your M203 on the front. And then we can put the handguard back on. So I wasn't, like, I really like the Battleworn look. And obviously you can do this yourself. But I believe it's the same price as the regular M16. I will have it up on screen right now. I believe the Battleworn M16 is the same as the regular one. Maybe a couple, like $10 off maybe, I can't remember. But you can do it yourself, but if it's not too much different in price, and you can get a limited edition model, I don't see why not. All right, so it's actually a pretty tight fit.
That's what she said.
To get this grenade launcher and handguard on there. Rotate the ring around. It might help out a little bit, but what I've found that works the best for me is to put this in first. And then when you have the grenade launcher on already, the front is very tight and you kind of got to force it. You know, I have a hard time like just doing that anyways, and I end up breaking my stuff, but sometimes you just have to do it. And I believe this is one of those cases. Just be careful. But there is the model that I wanted to do. I really, like I said, I really like the Battleworn look of the M16. They've been making these a lot tighter. These used to be really loose, the safety. They're making them a lot tighter now, so they don't just fling everywhere, and that's really nice. I've already said this before, but these do not eject. The M16s, the AK-47s, the earlier models do not eject. I believe all models going forward will eject. Very cool. I mean, like I said, there's nothing really special about this model. It is a limited edition, but really the only difference is they put some silver paint on the gun. I mean, that's really it. I really love the detail. They really marked up the mag release, and right here you can see they really marked up maybe like where your finger is, like where it rests. That's really nice detail. But they marked up the mag. There we go. You can kind of see it. That's awesome. They marked up the mag where it's outside of the gun. That's really cool. That's a really nice touch. I like how they thought about that, you know. The front sight, triangle front sight, is damaged. You know, just the pieces that you might bang on some stuff or whatever. I about damaged it myself there. It reminds me of a lot of my very first model that I have. My very first like limited edition type of model. was the Matrix, and it had a really cool paint job. And that was like one of my very first videos that I ever did on here, and that was so that was pretty cool. But that's what this reminds me of. The Battleworn look looks really good. That's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you hanging out in the squad room, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.